So you like Super Mario? Did you play that game?
I played it a little bit. I was younger.
Not me. But I think then you should take the lead on this because I want Frederick to try to beat this. This is TAS.
Do I have to try to? Do I have to really try it?
TASBot joining us right now, the ambassador of TASvideos.org and TASBot purveyor. What is TAS?
I'm his keeper. TAS stands for Tool-Assisted Speedrun.
Now, did you invent this or somebody else invent it? Or?
It was a combined effort. The primary person who gets the most credit is Micro 500, also known as Peter Greenwood. He built the first functional bot that could complete an entire game. There was somebody else named True that had early concepts in 2008 about the idea, but Micro 500 built the first bot. This is his most recent one.
That looks like a Raspberry Pi or something, right?
This is actually a Papilio Pro with a custom board on the top that says TASLink on it, and then some actual controllers that we gutted and put visualization in so you can actually see what TASBot is pressing.
Okay. But TASBot is going to do it electronically, not by pushing buttons.
Well, he's actually going to push buttons
by
pretending. He's sending the same response as a controller would send.
Right.
So
he becomes a controller.
He becomes a controller. Yeah, he's mimicking a controller.
Well, we're going to do a speed run. What are we going to do a speed run on?
We're going to do a speed run of Super Mario Bros. 3.
Okay.
And I'm almost willing to challenge you to try to play the first level without dying. Let's not do that.
How long is it? Now, first of all, this game could take you a month to play, right? When you were a kid, you never finished it, I bet, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No. This is a game that's Nintendo hard. Classically, very difficult to play game. It's a platformer. It came out in 1988.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Does TASBot know all the perfect things to do? He's already kind of programmed what to do.
Right. Yeah. We've told him in advance what he's going to do, and he is a very obedient bot. So this is demonstrating how to do a tool-assisted speedrun.
Oh, this is how he does it.
Right. This is how you do it. So you can see here we're frame advancing. We can move one frame at a time. We can't see the frame counter because
so this is the programming involved.
Yes, exactly. So here we died. We don't want that. We don't want to die. We don't want to record that.
So you go back.
So we're going to go back. You can go backward in time, walk forward very slowly, and this time he'll be able to jump at just the right time to clear that.
Got it.
And we just keep this process iteratively over and over and over again.
So somebody's going to do a walkthrough in effectively slow-mo with do-overs.
Right. Usually tens of thousands of do-overs.
Really?
It takes it takes a different type of person to play a game fast live. You need twitch reflexes, and something like Mitch Flowerpower, who just was on the Late Show last night.
You just had a race, right? TASBot had a race with Mitch Flowerpower?
TASBot didn't. We did. Well, yes, we technically made something really evil. So you can see on the screen now, this is Mitch trying to, with human skill, beat the same game on Colbert's show. I won't spoil the results. It's very entertaining.
But the race is against somebody running and Colbert doing something with a hot pocket.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So they pit Mitch against track runners against him eating a hot pocket to see who could who could win, who could get it done the fastest.
Depends on how willing you are to get your tongue burned.
Exactly.
Why don't you start TASBot?
So I'm going to start this.
Let's see this.
So this is a completely unmodified console. In fact, this is my console that I
This would work with any console.
This would work with any console. There's nothing new. All I'm going to do is press the power button. He's going to do the rest.
Okay.
And here we have a video here. So
we can actually watch him.
The overall purpose for this is to, like, in the end, what are we demonstrating?
Nothing.
Just that this is for the sake of doing it.
Because you can.
Because you can.
Because you can. You can already see this is not how
He's
you
not
would
trying to get
normally.
all the coins for one thing.
Oh, no. It's all about speed. He just ran through a block.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just trying not to die.
Yeah.
It's a speed run, which means you're not trying to get the most points. You're trying merely to
complete the game as fast as you possibly can. Now, in the video we watched earlier, you saw a number that was floating over his head. That was a Lua script that was running to tell us the exact speed. We sniffed from memory.
So this is done in Lua, the scripting language Lua.
Well,
no?
the emulator is FCEUX. It's an emulator that emulates perfectly that NES hardware right there.
Okay.
And Lua scripting can help you augment the process of making a tool-assisted speedrun.
But TASBot is not running a Lua script.
No, in this case it's running on a Linux laptop. This is a MacBook Pro, but it's running Linux natively, and it's just a script that's feeding the button presses.
And what language is the script written?
Python.
Python.
Definitely, yeah.
Does the tool generate Python?
Well, it actually generates what's called an RO8 file, is what we call it. It's a bit stream of every single button that this controller is going to expect.
And then you run it through a compiler.
No, actually, TASBot is pretty simplistic. Yeah, all we're doing is we're sending the exact sequence of buttons that TASBot is going to press. Now, this is a Nintendo for the North American.
Look at the controller.
Yeah.
No one could play that fast. No one could do that.
Exactly.
Look at that. Maybe some people could.
So that's 60 frames per second. The NTSC signal is 60 frames per second and asks the player for input 60 times a second.
Right.
Now
so
most
you can
humans,
move as fast as 60 times a second.
Yeah, most humans can't do something that precise, but there are some humans that can hit a single frame precise input. We're going to do many frame perfect inputs.
We're already in World 2.
We're already in World 2, so he's collected
I never
more
got
pixels.
to World 2 in years.
This is how Skynet started.
Skynet started. So all we're really sending to the console
is that R08 file.
Well, yeah. So the controller is only 5 wires. It's ground, 5 volts.
Right.
Latch. Hey, I'm about to ask for what buttons you're pressing. Clock. Give me the first bit of the 8 buttons on the controller, and then a serial data line out for the console.
So
to
all it gets
receive
is a bit. Up
it's
is a bit, down is a bit, left
time.
is a bit, right is a bit.
Beginning of the frame, it gets 8 bits, which represent up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start, all the buttons on a controller.
It's pretty simple, actually.
Yeah.
So this is a
very
side
simple
scroller. Could this be applied to something more modern, like say Call of Duty or something
what
like
are
that?
So it's really hard to emulate. So we just triggered a glitch, by the way. And here in a second,
Oh,
you're
wait a
gonna wanna
minute.
see-
You're using special glitch triggering techniques?
Yes, we're going to want to see the second controller
great.
here in just a second because it's going to be...
Show both controllers.
Yeah, we need to kind of
Can you
pan out
frame
just a
it
little
back?
bit.
Yeah.
What's going to happen here in just a second is a lot of crazy. So we just went down a pipe that you normally shouldn't be able to get to because of the position of certain shells on the screen at exactly the right place. This allows us to do something very
Oh,
interesting.
look.
Yes.
What's going on there?
He's in the Matrix.
Yeah, we're breaking the game.
What the what? Oh, what? What? We had a bet with somebody to find this, I guess, 1994. How'd I do? Enjoy. So Shigeru
look at
actually
that.
wrote this in, and there's a console. What the what? Pseudo color a dinosaur. That's hysterical.
Wow.
TASBot's hitting a lot of buttons right now.
Oh,
So there's a dinosaur.
Gee. And this is an Easter egg hidden. And Shigeru didn't think anybody would find it. Somebody did, obviously, and it was documented somewhere, and you wrote it into TASBot.
Is it? Is it really?
Well, what do you think? I like
Well,
it. That's
you
great.
tell me.
Fun game, and I love it. The TASBot is so confident of its skill that it's actually taking the time to color a dinosaur in the middle of its speed run.
Well, I think the speedrun part is probably well over now. We've
We know how to do that.
we've gone well past that.
Wow. So is this written into? Is that written into the game, or?
Well, what do you think?
It sounds like something Shigeru might do.
Well, how about this? You played this game. Could Mario do that?
What
No.
the what?
No.
Ghost Mario.
How about this?
So how are you doing?
Yeah,
that?
how is this even happening?
Is this real life?
So I should probably tell you that when we performed that pipe glitch and you saw all the button pressing going on, we may have possibly reprogrammed the game a little bit. Just a little, just a little. We might have accidentally.
So that was a little code that you were actually entering in,
Yes.
some assembly code. Into
Yeah,
the
we
game.
are
Wow.
literally. Remember earlier we were talking about how there are 8 bits in that it's reading every frame.
Yeah.
Well, that means that you can represent 256 different values, possible values. Well, those values are themselves opcodes for this very simplistic processor. I think it's a 6508.
So you actually were writing your
Yes,
own
we did.
code
Yeah,
in
we
machine
executed
language.
Yep.
And executed it.
Yes.
Did Shigeru know about that?
No.
Okay.
Nor did he intend it.
I like the fake message though. That's really good. It fooled me.
There's even more craziness going on. So we also made it possible to switch form whenever we like. We can be any character we want. We can randomly spawn a shell. There's all kinds of insanity. This isn't the end of the craziness.
And you would do that in your tool once you have the code in there, or?
Well, basically, this was all made with an emulator called FCEUX. The original emulator was used to create what was called a movie file that would be played back on that emulator. So typically what you would do is you would go through painstakingly, and there's all kinds of crazy things going on.
This is wild.
It is. Well, because you can do things perfectly. In a normal speed run as a human, you would never take these kinds of risks.
Right.
That would just be too dangerous. But because you can try over as many times as you like, you can do crazy things like this swag shot right here where he just...
What?
Now, is there a way to apply this to, say, real life?
Yes.
No.
There is.
No.
Thank you so much for asking. There is a fantastic way to apply this to real life.
How do you apply it to real life?
I'll give you a really good case example. We have complete understanding of everything about this console to the point where we can create a movie file that will replay on the real hardware. That means that when you're working inside the FCEOX emulator or any other emulator, BizHawk, any of the other emulators for these consoles, it is possible to completely control and see everything. You can see every register in the CPU. You can see every shard of memory. These tools are a fantastic way to learn how to do penetration testing, security research.
Oh, interesting.
Because this is a safe environment. This is a great place. I'll be presenting at DEF CON on August 5th about this topic. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So exactly this topic. Because there's a lot of places where these types of flaws, where we tricked it into executing our own opcode by making it jump to an address that we were able to write to with arbitrary value. These exact same techniques are how so many security flaws are triggered in modern hardware. This console is from the 80s, and yet there's so much that we can learn just by manipulating it.
Isn't that great? Look at those controllers go.
Yeah, that's a moment where we were adding a little bit. Now, switch back to the video feed for a second. Mario just missed a very important ramp, so he just inverts gravity because he can.
He's going upside down.
Yeah, why not? This is what we would consider a glitch fest, right?
You just walked through the wall.
Yes. That's actually a trick that human runners can do. It's possible if you land at the edge of the tile, the edge of that little block, it is possible to get into the wall in such a way that the game then tries to eject you. So we're actually at the end of the game already. Here in just a second we'll encounter Bowser, who always seems to steal Princess Peach for reasons unknown, and he's done.
You beat Bowser.
Yeah, we beat Bowser. It just doesn't take too long. And the swag shot just because we can.
Leo, this is like watching my misspent youth and fast forward.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
But I think TASBot has one last trick just for you, Leo. So this is Princess. She's telling you how much she appreciates what you've done.
Aww. Ah! What? Is this real life? Well, it is highly programmable. Isn't that awesome?
So can we?
Yes, you can do our Segway. Can you program a Segway with this thing? Can TASBot drive a Segway?
I would love to see TASBot try. It would be hilarious.
You can have my Segway and play with it.
So this tool-assisted speedrun was done by Lord Tom. He made
credit to Lord Tom.
He did a lot of work. He's the one that spent the 20,000, 30,000 re-records. Now, why do we do all this? Well, why am I doing this with TASBot? Next week is Summer Games Done Quick. And Summer Games Done Quick is a charity marathon benefiting Doctors Without Borders. Anyone can watch for free. It's basically a modern-day telethon. You can tune in today, go to the website today. As I mentioned earlier, Mitch was just on The Late Show last night, so there's a ton of traffic from that. By all means, add a little bit more.
That's great.
You can watch all week. We'll be doing another TASBot segment on Saturday, or actually around this time of day. We'll be playing Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3 at the same time with the exact same sequence of button presses and finishing on the exact same frame.
So Games Done Quick, the special summer edition, is coming up July 3rd through 10th. That starts tomorrow.
That's correct.
It's to raise money for a very good cause, and a cause I'm a big supporter of, Doctors Without Borders. And if you want to know more, what's the website one more time?
GamesDoneQuick.com. The stream starts tomorrow.
Starts tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh, that is so awesome. Allan Cecil, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
What, isn't that fun?
My entire weekend just gone.
I love it. But it was gone in 8 minutes, which is what I like
Jupiter,
about it.
now this, I mean, come on.
GamesDoneQuick.com, and we'll be interested to see what you talk about at DEF CON. Yeah,
Definitely.
that should be a lot of fun.